What is happening, great people? It's Zangief, your Russian mate from Russia, and winter is coming, it's time to get dressed accordingly. There are so many videos about how sanctions changed life in Russia, about shopping malls, groceries, or about brands leaving Russia, but an average Russian will not be sad about not being able to buy our money anymore because he or she was not able to buy our money anyway, because it's quite expensive. So as I think what is really important is where to live and what to eat, and basically many people in this world don't have either first or second or both. And if you have a place to live, what is your must-have expense on a monthly basis? Of course, utilities. And so today I'll try to show you what is the situation in Russia now. Here you may see the first set of utility bills, 9/2021, which means September 2021, total to pay, and the categories of utilities: hot water, cold water, and other. This is October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. Yeah, probably you didn't get much because it was in Russian, but I will show you in Microsoft Excel. This was just the presentation of the bills themselves. And as well a set of bills from another flat. Here how it looks like, differently, but still hot water, cold water. And this is October, November, December, January, February, March. Oh, March is interesting because you may see that the total amount here is 10,000 rubles. However, the actual total amount is just 6, because this is the debt from the previous month. So this month you need to pay for 2 months. And I guess the fine system can work differently in different places, but in this exact case you may pay no fines for 3 months. And in this case the fine was 0. Here you may see 0. April, May, June, July, and August. So this is the first set of bills, that's the second set of bills, and we have 12 months here from September 2021 till August 2022. And these amounts are how much the person paid each month for each category of utilities. And maybe you can notice that some of them did not change within a year. I'm not making this analysis in the US dollars, for example, because it would not be precise, just due to the exchange rate going up and down throughout the year, so you may see how the exchange rate for both USD and Euro was changing. So for example, if some expenses did not change throughout the year, yeah, the actual graph would be just a straight line. But if I apply the USD exchange rate applicable to each exact date, yeah, it would show a different picture. But anyway, let's apply these US dollar exchange rates and see how much the person paid during this month or this month for each of the categories. By the way, you are more than welcome to pause the video and see some numbers yourselves. I will explain some things, but maybe if you analyze some numbers yourselves, yeah, it will be more informative for you. So the first flat is about 55 square meters with 2 people living in it, or about 600 square feet. The second flat is smaller, just about 40 square meters with 2 adults and 2 kids. Hello! And basically you may see that at the first half year of the analysis the payment was about $100, and then it was about 130, and here we get back to the exchange rate, because here you may think that in average the situation got worse by 30% for Russians. But let's get back to the rubles and compare, for example, October with August 2022. So in August 2022 the payment was higher in the USD, but if we go here to the rubles, you may see that in October 2021 it was less than in August 2022. So again, making the analysis in the USD or watching any videos that make analysis in the USD is incorrect. As for these 2 months, you would ask me, why are these empty and yellow? The explanation is simple. This is February 2022 and here is March. And in March, like, the amount is really small, like look, 16 times less than in February. Why? Because there was a recalculation of some categories, and you may see that the total amounts of some of the categories is actually negative. Management company is sometimes checking their calculations, and if they understand that they have invoiced you with a higher amount, yeah, basically they will make a refund. Similar situation in April, there are some categories with negative amounts, so let's just exclude them and work with totals. What is else interesting here, that in the second example there is no information here about solid household waste management, and simply because it is the newly introduced category of expenses separate from current repairs and maintenance, because before that it was here. And you may see that current repairs and maintenance expenses went down at January 2022, exactly at the moment when they went up for solid household waste management. Electricity, but this is not the electricity you use at your flat, like basically the electricity that is used inside the house for, I don't know, lamps, elevators, and other stuff. So this category was taken away from here, and I have no idea where it was taken to. But anyway, there are so many numbers, probably you got misled already, but what is interesting for us is, was there any change? Let's see. And basically not much. I took September 2021 for most of the cases as base. Yeah, so I divide October, November, December on September 2021. And you may see that only in August there was an increase by 5%. 5% for cold water, hot water, wastewater disposal is 11. But the main question is why major structural repairs went up by 45%. However, at the same time, house maintenance went down by 19. So in October 2021, for example, house maintenance and major structural repairs in total gave us 2,550 rubles, while in June 2022 they give us 2,780. And so basically in total the overall increase is less than 10%. As for the second example, actually not much changed throughout the year, so you may see that throughout the whole year the numbers were quite the same, and only in August there was some increase. In both examples the increase is in August. The explanation is simple. The utilities rates are usually increased once or twice per year. So if we're talking about Moscow examples, here are 3 additional utilities bills for June 2021, July 2021 and August 2021. Tariffs in rubles, where we started from September 2021, and here is June 2021. You may see the increase in these 4 categories, quite the same situation as here in August 2022. Quite the same situation for all the categories, like basically all the expenses went up a bit before the beginning of our period selected. You may ask what is lacking, and electricity basically is not present in both of these bills, because this is electricity for common areas and here is no electricity at all. We'll get to that a bit later, but at least the reason is that electricity can be charged separately, so the majority of the expenses can be charged by the management company, and you can have a separate contract with another state company which is supplying you with electricity. The same situation can happen with major structural repairs. In this second example, the bills are sent separately. Let's get to another city, which is St. Petersburg, and oh my god, there are so many different categories. About 60 square meters or 600 square feet. A 2-bedroom apartment for 2 people. And this is September 2021, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, and August. We are back to Microsoft Excel, and you may see again that some of the categories did not change, and they changed only closer to July or August 2022. If we take a look at the tariffs, yeah, the situation is quite similar to Moscow. You may see that nothing has critically changed. Like the only difference with Moscow I see is that the fee for house management was changed twice per year. But let's take a look at how big the change was, and actually, yeah, not that bad. Like, you see, the majority of the categories went up by not that many percentage. Solid waste house management went up by 30%. But is it actually a big difference? It used to be about 400 rubles, now it is about 500 rubles, and the total is somewhere between 4 and 7,000 rubles. So initially it had a 5 to 10% share in the total amount, and it increased by 30%. So in total we are talking about 2-3% increase for the whole bill. What is especially interesting here is that in this exact place, like, look, person is charged for hot water and wastewater disposal just once in a quarter, and the amount is so small. Like, look, 112 rubles for hot water, when in Moscow it is 1,000, and they say that we in Moscow here live like kings. Now, the actual explanation can be that there can be a fixed payment, because not everywhere you need to pay for the amount of water that you actually use, but there can be a fixed payment, and especially if you're a pensioner, you can have some kind of discounts, I don't know how to call that exactly, and you pay a lot less than regular people. But this exact situation, for me, yeah, it looks like a bit abnormal. Like basically 100 rubles per quarter versus about 4,000 rubles per quarter in Moscow, like 40 times less. There's one good thing I forgot to mention. Dear Russian people, if you are watching this video, you can help me better deliver the information to the audience. Please share your personal experience in the comment section, and as well you can help me explain these numbers. Thank you. But overall, again, if we're talking about the changes, yeah, I don't think that some changes were abnormal. July, August 2022, I bet that the same situation was happening in 2021. But what about electricity? As I said, there can be a separate company in Moscow, it is Mosenergosbyt, which has an official site with its tariffs. And this is from the 1st January till 30th of June 2022. 5.92 rubles for people living in the cities, 5.15 with the people who live in the cities but they have not gas but electric ovens. This is the amount for some villagers. There can be villages next to Moscow. And this is a price for 1 kilowatt hour divided by 60 to get the USD price right now, and it is about 10 cents per 1 kilowatt hour and about 6 cents for the villagers. The price can be fixed for all the time, or it can be different for different periods of the day. Yeah, for example, in the night the electricity is very cheap. That's why for some people it is quite common to wash their clothes at night. Like not in the night, till 11 p.m. something like that, that's alright. Man, they are not that noisy. So this is the first half year 2022, and the second half year 616 versus 592. So once again, the increase is not that big, just basically 4%. This is the webpage of a company from Yekaterinburg, and I needed to download this file, and here is the price per 1000 of kilowatt hours, 4.5 thousand rubles, meaning 4.5 rubles per 1 kilowatt hour during the first half year, and the second half year is 4.73, which is 5%. Far east, where Khabarovsk city is located, and here we may see the first half year and the second half year. The price for 1 kilowatt hour is 4.91 in the first half year and 5.09 for the second half year. The increase is 3.6%, but this is the top price because there can be people who live without gas, just with the electrical ovens, and for them the price was 3.44 and now it is 3.56. So basically it's about 5.5 cents per 1 kilowatt hour. I thought that making a video on this topic would be easier, but when I had to make all these tables and screenshots, actually it took me a lot of time. But overall, I hope that I did manage to explain what the situation is right now, and my own point of view is that there is no extra changes happening now. The increase like 3%, 5% or 10% sometimes is absolutely normal for Russia, and this is something that happens throughout the last several years, and definitely I don't think that sanctions have affected this sector. However, how could have they affected it? First of all, the maintenance of the equipment that the management companies and some state companies use could have become more expensive. Secondly, people could less likely go to restaurants and more cook at home, meaning that the demand for electricity, gas and everything would go up, and when the demand goes up, the prices go up as well. Anyway, there are a lot of ideas that you can create, but right now nothing has changed dramatically. Another factor is that, as you may see, some of the tariffs are set in advance for the next half year. So maybe for the second half year of 2022 they could have planned higher prices, but there was no big increase. Maybe in the first half year of 2023 the increase will be higher, and I guess at that time I can prepare a new video, but as they say, time will show. Anyway, once again, dear Russian people, if anybody is watching this video, you can help me deliver the information to the audience and share your personal experience throughout the last year in the comment section. And everybody, I thank you very much for your time watching this video. It was Zangief, your Russian mate from Russia. See you next time. Bye.